Alrighty, guys, welcome to another edition of Count the Bucket. I am your host, Amber Vickers. I have my co-host with me, Mr. Lawson. Oh,
Oh,
look at
yes,
that,
sir.
Mr. America wave. Look at
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
that. We got a great show for you here tonight. Last week we went 3.5 hours. That will not happen.
Not.
Not happen today. It will be an hour and a half. But we didn't get to talk about our MVPs because we got into life stories and things like that. We were real and raw with you on Unwrapped. But we will be talking about the MVP conversation. How are people feeling about Dwyane Wade buying some shares or buying stake in the Utah
Mm,
Jazz? Joel Embiid making a statement. Ben Simmons making statements. All of that we're going to talk about here tonight. But first, we're going to pay bills and get some support from you. That's what
Thank
I'm
you,
going
thank you.
to throw that in
You-
there. You know what I mean?
There
Because
we go.
it supports us. Michael, you can go ahead with the first one.
Oh, wow. Throw me straight under the bus here. Okay. I'm a little prepared, but I wasn't prepared to go first. So, of course, we have our Patreon where you can support us, as she was talking about. It's patreon.com/unwrapped sports. We've got three different tiers that you can help support us. $1 a month, just to let us know that you are a fan. $5 a month makes you a part of the Unwrapped family. And $10 a month is the Unwrapped VIP, as you can see there. The different tiers, we $1 a month, you're basically just saying hello, thank you for your general support. $5, you get a 10% off with the Patreon code at our Teespring/store/unwrapped. All the gear and merch that we have there, go check that out. And of course, we'll be talking about it in just a second. The $10, you actually get 20% off with that code. And both of them, you get access to our group Discord. But with the $10, you actually get to get involved and actually interact with us as well. This month, I think we said we're giving away a mini helmet signed. I don't know, signed. It's just a Ricky Williams mini helmet's all I heard. I'm sure it's signed, but I don't want to throw that out there and be out there and it not signed. So every month we draw. Past 2 months, actually, Amber won the first month. Another guy won the second month. We're still low on our numbers because we've only been in this for probably 2.5 months. So you have a better chance of winning. And I'm going to try to be short on my promos so we got more time to talk sports. So there we go.
I have a hard time, with promos too. I really do.
I
All
want to
right.
keep going.
Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No. That's I'm
Oh,
trying to cut it off because I want to
oh,
keep going. Just
oh,
this,
I was
this,
just
this, and
saying,
this,
oh,
and this. No,
hey. I didn't want to
give us your
impede.
money.
Yes, give us your money. MyBookie.ag. Use the code USN100 to double your first deposit. You can give us money and win money all at the same time, guys.
Hey,
I mean, it's a win-win for both parties. You can bet on so many things. I'm not going to scroll so fast because I don't want to hurt Michael's eyes again. Um, he's dealing with a migraine. I'm not going to do that. But guys, you
I'm
see
old.
everything you can bet on. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's right. Football is in. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
Mm.
But yes, there's everything you can bet on, guys. You can bet on any and everything. But use that code USN100 to double your first deposit.
Oh, on to me. All right.
Yes.
I about got this ready. I didn't want to click on the share and it pop up while you're talking about yours. Like, oh, guys, we really are as live and raw as possible on here.
We
But
really
we
are.
like that, or at least I am. All right. Let's see here, make sure I say this right. Teespring.com/store/unwrapped, and you get all this great merch here. These are the promo codes that you can enter in here with all this great gear. As you can see, just the original unwrapped, all this stuff. We got phone cases, tees, we got the Friends logo, all these different things. And as my computer keeps loading down through here, I've tried to get to them. Each show that we have, like the flag show like this, we have a merch for them as well. Should have scrolled already, I guess, to had it to load. Here we go. Fights Unwrapped. We got the Generational Sports Z. Let's see here. Fourth Man Podcast. The People's XFL Show. Got it right. I've been practicing. Ladies
Yes.
First. Look at that great logo. Saturday Night Standouts. Obviously, guys, you know Amber is Ladies First because she has so many different shows.
Don't do
Backstop
it.
Banter. Got
Don't
my
do it.
shirt and my mask.
There we go.
Bam.
There
And
we
then
go.
business casual basketball and so many more as we go on through there. So go check that out. Again, it's teespring.com/store/unwrapped.
All righty. We are ready for the last one. I'm going to need some of this cream. I'm going to order some of this cream today, actually, because I've been playing basketball very heavy here lately. I'm back playing basketball again. Thank you, God. I
Congratulations.
appreciate it. Yes, I love it. Rxhip.com. Use the code RXHemp/USN to get 10% off of your entire order. Now, made with all natural products, warm and cool therapy. I don't know if I want warm or cool. I think I'm going to do both. Warm and cool therapy. I will not rub it on more if I don't feel it. I'm just going to wait for it to kick in. So I think I'm going to get the samples first, and then I'm going to buy 2 of these. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to
blow up my screen. How much are the samples?
They're free. It says $0.
Well, hold up. Why ain't I getting some of that? I need to try that out.
I don't know.
You have to pay for shipping.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going to get the warm and cool samples, and then I'm going to get the warm and cool therapies as well. So
gotcha.
I might as well bundle it up. I think I'm going to do 500 milligrams to start off. I don't want to do too much.
Don't blame me.
I don't want to do too much. But here we have Celebrity Believers, and like I said before, it's made with all natural products. Rxhemp.com. Use the code RXHemp/USN and get 10% off of your entire order. Is that it?
Yeah,
we got some shout outs. We got some people in here. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you, Ethan.
Yes.
I am ready to get into some basketball.
Oh man, what do we want to talk about first?
You're on the left side of my screen, so it has to be you.
Oh, goodness.
You're the number 1. I'm the 2.
You're
the point guard.
Here we go. Let's start light. Let's talk about our feelings about Dwyane Wade having some ownership stake in the Utah Jazz. How we feel about that?
I'm going to start off with a question.
Okay.
Do you think that if Utah Jazz was not number 1 right now, that Dwyane Wade would be interested in buying this team?
I'm going to go into that. I'm going to go on a race. I'm going to go deeper into why I think it was good for him to do it. But it's going to be racial. Just a warning. I'm going to go deep, but I'm not going to go very long. I'm going to go deep because if you don't know, Utah has been known to be very racist. And I've heard that from a lot of people.
Really?
Oh,
now,
goodness.
I mean, I think you and I can have conversations like this where
Utah,
it's not.
Yeah, it's bad.
What do you mean Boston?
I mean, Massachusetts is bad. You didn't hear with the Red Sox? You know, come on, you baseball guy. You know what happened with the Red Sox.
Wow, I must not know.
Where that fan chanted that racial slur at who was in the outfield. It was recent, so it was probably 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, my kids are 3 and 4, so 2 years ago I was doing a lot of diapers, so I kind of stayed out of sports for a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so, but it's Massachusetts and Utah known to be racist, very much so. And Milwaukee, Wisconsin, period.
Really? Well, bad, I know Utah is mostly white people. I do know that. That's everyone kind of knows that. So
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh, can't hear me? No. Can you hear me now? Mm-mm. What happened?
Nope. Hold on, wait a minute. Did I mute myself?
I hear you. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. If anybody's live with us right now, will you text, send us a message letting me know if you can hear me or not? I can't hear you now. No, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Yes.
Oh, hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but hold on.
Okay. The puzzle on that face right now. Oh, now the sadness. I think teardrops are about to fall. You muted us. Now you're muted, Amber.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Raw and uncut, people.
My headphones just said kaput. All right.
Oh, man, that's no good.
But I have like 3 or 4 pairs of other headphones I could probably use. They just don't sound right. But do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay, cool. This is what we're doing.
Here we go. My opinion on it, just from basketball perspective, I'm happy that Dwyane Wade's getting into ownership. He's young still. He's still fresh as far as what the players want and different things like that. I don't know how much X's and O's as far as percentage, who owns how much of it, how much say he will have, because it's a community. So it's anxious. I'm anxious to see kind of how it plays out. Will he get more involved with this and so forth? But I'm happy that he's doing it. I think it's great for NBA to have an NBA star now into ownership with LeBron James already pretty much in ownership. I say before he even walks out the door, he'll be buying a team. But so I like it as far as that. Now, as far as the race side of it, I'm just going to step back and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I don't think their standing has anything to do with it. I think a lot of it has to do with them wanting to keep Donovan Mitchell happy, Rudy Gobert happy, even though he just signed. I think they want to get players in. Now, I don't know about the Jazz owner. I heard the Jazz owner wasn't racist, but I heard the state is very racist. From players that play there, from people that are from there that I follow on Twitter, they're not friendly to darker complexion people. I'll just say that. Now, Dwyane Wade getting a stake with the Utah Jazz, I believe, benefits people of color, because if you see somebody that looks like you and can represent you, you're more likely to sign. I guess you can say that. But here's the thing. Why not the Miami Heat? Now, I think Mickey Arison came out with a statement today, but I don't know if it's probably on my timeline somewhere, but Mickey Arison, I believe, came out with a statement today talking about Dwyane Wade's share ownership in the Utah Jazz, and he was happy for him and things like that. And Dwyane Wade said it doesn't take anything away from the way I feel about the Miami Heat.
Right.
He wanted to be a part of the Utah Jazz organization, which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like if LeBron doesn't get ownership stake in Cleveland, in the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Miami Heat or the Los Angeles Lakers, no one's going to be mad at him for that. You have to do what's best for you. But from a racial standpoint, I think it's great. I think it's great to see Black men or men of color, women of color as well, get into ownership, because most of the players look like you. Let me just be honest with you. In football, the face of football is a Black man now. Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL. Tom Brady is kind of fading out. Yes, he just did win a Super Bowl, but Pat Mahomes, in my opinion, is the face of the NFL. I mean, in my opinion, the face of the NBA will always be Black, probably, more than likely, unless Luka does that. But I'm not sure if he will. But
I think he'll be a star. But I mean, it's still, to me, NBA, the face is still Michael Jordan. If you think NBA, it's always going to be him. So
yeah. So currently, I think it's LeBron.
We won't talk about that. But I know what you're saying. Keep going.
Michael, I know. But I really believe that Dwyane Wade getting ownership stake in the Utah Jazz is good. I think it gives people of color hope. And I also think it gives people of color try to see Utah in a different light. Now, you cannot change how people were raised. You cannot do that. But him stepping.
Well, I just looked this up, and I thought this was kind of interesting. And see, I'm white, so race things that happen, I'm kind of blinded to. I mean, we know. It's actually the ethnic broke down, and I'm assuming it's this year, might be last year. 82% are white Americans, 12% are Hispanic. So that right there is 100% basically. Mm-hmm. So as it goes down, it's like, let's see here, 2% Asian and 1% are Black Americans. So it's a white state. Now, I'll say that this way, and I'm trying to walk a fine line of what I say and it not sound, because where I'm from, I'm very innocent. Like, I went to a school where there were Black people and white people. Like, there was never any, I mean, you're always going to have some type of hate going on, but it was never like as bold as America has been right now. So it's kind of odd. Like, there's the world and then there's my little hometown, if that makes sense. It's really crazy. So, okay, anyways. So I always knew that Utah was a more white state. So I always kind of thought that the organization was like, I mean, you want to see that style, or that kind of player or whatever. And so it was kind of organizational thinking through it. Now, if it's a racist thing, then absolutely that should not ever be happening at all, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But that was kind of my innocent thinking, I guess. Like, I'm oblivious. Like, I get told all the time that I'm just like so gullible on different things and everything. So
It's
I
okay.
guess that's probably what I was.
It's okay, but it's like that. It's bad in Utah. It's bad in Milwaukee. I know in Boston they've talked about it. NBA players have talked about it as well, and just different incidents have happened across sports. So I believe that's a good thing for Dwyane Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kind of shift gears a little bit. All right. Speaking of Utah, I'm going to give Utah praise, number one in the West. You did take a tough L to the Lakers. Phoenix does play San Antonio tonight. So if Phoenix wins tonight, then the number one seed might be up for grabs. But I think you'll finish 1 or 2. Speaking of Utah players, who are your top 5 Defensive Player of the Year candidates? Or give me your top Defensive of the Year candidates.
Top?
Yes.
I'm biased on Bam. I think Bam automatically is in the top 5 just because he guards 1 through 5. I won't say he can guard them great, but he can guard 1 through 5. He is a rim protector still. And I feel like he is a superstar at that. Draymond Green, obviously a defender. He thinks he's the greatest ever. Let's see here. I think a person who doesn't get a lot of respect for his defense, like he gets respect for it, but it's not that next tier as far as top 5 is Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love his defense. But, of course, Joel Embiid, since he made the comment, he's in there as well. So there's my top 3. I'll say Rondo is in the discussion, but I won't say top 5. Anthony Davis, a great defender as well, of course, just with the rim protection and what he can do, his size and his quickness as well. I don't know. That's probably as far as I want to go with 4 with those 4. Who are you thinking?
I think it's probably going to be a 2-man race. I think it could have been a 3-man race, but I don't think Miles Turner is going to. He leads the league in blocks, I believe, still. Right. But I would have probably Miles Turner, Rudy Gobert, and Ben Simmons is my top 3.
Oh, I didn't even say Ben Simmons, did I? I'm sorry, Ben.
I think Ben Simmons could win it potentially, because I think that the Sixers will finish 1 or 2 in the East. Utah will finish 1 or 2 in the West, and with Donovan Mitchell out, Rudy Gobert is going to have to step up his game offensively and defensively. I think he's going to be out for a couple of games with that sprained ankle. Thank goodness it wasn't anything worse than that. And Miles Turner, he is an anchor for their defense with the Indiana Pacers. So those are my top 3. I think it'll be a 3-man race. You probably could put Giannis in that Defensive Player of the Year discussion.
I mean, honestly, you could put Joker in it too because he gets a lot of steals for a big man. A lot of steals and a few blocks. I won't say he's great at that. Now, if you think watching his defense, it's horrible, but he gets a lot of steals and a lot of blocks. I mean, he's slower than me, but he gives white fat guys hope. Let me tell you.
He lost that weight, so he came back during the panty. He lost.
He did lose a lot of weight. Like I think I had more cut and muscle definition than he did, but yet he's making millions.
Yeah, overseas guys, they don't really. From what I've been told, weightlifting is really not their thing. When they come to the States, that's when they start, okay, I need to bulk up. I need to be able to absorb contact a little bit better. So, I understand his body frame. But those are my Defensive Player of the Year candidates. I think it'll be a 3-man. Actually, I think it'll be a 2-man race between Rudy Gobert and Ben Simmons. It should be interesting. It should make for interesting conversation.
Here's the VegasInsider.com as far as the bets for the Defense Player of the Year. Okay. Gobert is at 335. Simmons is at 230. Miles Turner is at 700. Giannis is at 3,500. And then Joel Embiid is at 6,000. And Bam's at 10,000. So
Yeah, so I was on track with Vegas. Thanks, Vegas. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Can I get some promo money for that, Vegas?
There we go.
Can I get some promo money for that for Unwrapped Sports? All
I
right.
forgot. Paul George is actually right there with Joel Embiid right now. I'm sorry. With Bam. Bam's at 10,000. Clint Capella's at 10,000, and Paul George 10,000.
That's interesting. Clint Capella is interesting. He's been a monster in Atlanta this year.
Oh yeah.
I think that the Hawks were a great fit for him and that young team. They run the floor. You got Trae Young setting them up on lobs and things like that. I think he's been great for Atlanta. Shout out to you, Clint Capella.
There we go with the shout outs. Shout out number one.
Yep, that's the first one. There's a game on right now, Michael. And there was a player signed. Mr. Jabari Parker.
Yes.
Jabari Parker's knees just failed him early in his career, and it's been hard for him to bounce back. How do you feel about Jabari Parker being with the Celtics?
I am very intrigued by this because Parker was going to be a great player in the NBA.
Oh, my goodness.
Coming out of college, he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. So I was very happy to see where he went. I think he went to Duke, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one reason why I hated him. But now that he's been injured and possibly making a comeback, I'm very excited about this. Everyone loves the comeback story of the underdog story. And even the Celtics has been a down year for them. So if he were to come back and take off on that, because with this team, they don't need Jabari Parker to be Jabari Parker of what was expected of him. They just need a big man that can kind of help out push out or spread out the zone. I'm going to say zone a little bit, but open up the middle quite a bit. And be able to drive as well from the 4 or even the 5 and just protect the rim. I mean, that's kind of their missing piece. And, of course, as you always say, Walker is hurt, and he's been hurt for 15 years now, apparently. But I use the word excited a lot because it's exciting. But I can't say I'm excited to see what happens here. I'm just more interested in it because I don't think it's going to be like the best signing in the world and then Parker goes off like crazy and everyone's like, oh my goodness, how did we all forget about this guy? How did we mess up? But I do think knowing that he is a role player, maybe his knees can hold up a little bit more because it's not asked for him to do so much, that it could be an interesting sign.
It could be interesting in a lot of ways. I was wondering if Brad Stevens was going to play him. He's actually in the game right now. Oh, he walked. He's actually in the game right now. So
when did he sign? Like today?
Couple of days ago, I want to say.
Was it a couple? I just got a notification, I think today, that I noticed it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, I think it's either yesterday. I don't know if it was today because I saw a quote from Brad Stevens that said he'd be dressed and ready to go. So I'm thinking it was a couple of days ago. I think it was a couple of days ago because I tweeted a guy from Chicago. He loves Chicago sports. Very intelligent. We go back and forth, and he was like, I hope the Celtics got Jabari Parker. This was yesterday. And so it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday they got him. But Brad Stevens put out a statement today saying he'll be dressed and ready to go. So I'm like, yes. Like, I hope they play him. And I really hope he could probably give you between 15 and 18 minutes a game. Yes.
Well, right now he's at 11 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Like Tristan Thompson has been in there for 23 minutes, has 2 points.
So there you go. His knees just failed him young. And that's usually you're able to bounce back from that at a young age because the older you get, the more it takes your body longer to recover. But knee issues I heard in the league from several different players, knee, back, those are hard to recover from. Kemba Walker's been dealing with a knee for almost 2 years now. So, and he's a smaller guard. Now he's getting his footing underneath him. I will say that, Michael. He is getting his footing underneath him, and I like to see it. I love to see it. But Kemba's kind of still dealing with that. He takes rest. Like the back-to-backs are a little difficult for him still. So he's a smaller guy. Just imagine being that tall with that much weight and having knee issues. Zion had knee issues in college a little bit. And then he gets to the NBA, he has knee issues. I told people he's not going to lose weight. No, he's not. Yes, he is, because that's too much ground and pound on your knees.
I mean, it's like me dunking right now. My knees would shatter if I landed.
Yeah, and learning how to land properly has a lot to do with that as well. John Morant said he needs to learn how to land properly after he dunks, because when he dunks, he's kind of all over the place. His body control is kind of all over the place, but it has gotten better from year 1 to year 2. Well, actually, since college until now, it's gotten a lot better. So knee issues, that's tough to come back from. But I'm rooting for Jabari Parker. I was rooting for him. I rooted for him at Duke because I really liked him. I thought he had an NBA body. I know. I thought he had the NBA body to come in and be a very productive player. I thought he would average 20 a game in NBA, but it just has not worked out for him.
I'm just going to say this. CJ just liked the Facebook post on this when I booed. I'm just throwing that out there. Thank you, CJ. But I thought this was interesting. You know, Parker's probably been out of the league for a few years now. I'm not for sure exactly how long he's been out, but he's 26 years old.
Yeah.
Julius Randle is 26 years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's still got a little fire in the tank. I mean, he's not old, especially because I'm 35. But, you know, you even mentioned Zion having knee issues in college.
Yep.
Men actually don't stop growing until they're 21. Like, these guys were still growing.
Ouch.
In the NBA, if you think about that. Like, I mean, that's probably going to hurt him a lot, too, if it could be something like that going on with him. That I think it'd be great. I mean, he's already out playing his other teammates right now. I mean, granted, first game, you're going all out crazy, but kudos to him. Shout out. There you go. Shout out, Parker. You go do your thing, man. Have a good year.
And here we go. He was second overall pick in 2014. He spent 4 years with the Bucks, 1 year with the Bulls, 1 year with the Wizards, 1 year with the Hawks, 1 year with Sacramento, and now he's with Boston. So this is his 6th team in 7 seasons, and he's just 26. So he's already been a journeyman because of those knee issues. If it wasn't for his knee issues, I think just imagine him at full strength with Giannis. That would have been beautiful to watch.
Oh, man.
I mean,
and Middleton.
Yeah. And now they have Drew Holiday. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been great to watch. And DiVincenzo has stepped up, and others have stepped up as well. So that would have been beautiful to watch there in Milwaukee if it would have worked out for him. But prayers to you, because I really, really, really think that Boston might be his last chance. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. He has the ball now. He just scored. All right, Jabari. You know we're talking about you, Jabari. He knows we're talking about him, but he just scored on a nice little turnaround jumper on the baseline. He has 9 points now, 4 for 5, 3 rebounds. See, he can give you that. He just got a tip steal. Oh, Peyton Pritchard just got fouled. I love me some Peyton Pritchard. Go Ducks.
Shout out Ducks.
Shout out to the Oregon Ducks. See, I didn't even give a shout out. I just said,
I know. I beat you.
You beat me to it. All right, now we're going to come into the spicy section of conversation. MVP conversation. Are you ready, Michael?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay. So
not really, but yeah.
I'm going to put you on the hot seat because I might get long-winded with this conversation.
Uh-oh.
We're only 30 minutes in, so we're good. We're going to talk about the NBA playoff format as well, because I think I blundered it last episode, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Your MVP candidates this season, Michael. Be fair. Be nice.
Donovan Mitchell deserves love, and he's not been in that talk the whole time. So Utah fans, you heard us earlier, maybe not like this too much, but now we're saying, Utah, you deserve, the Jazz team, you deserve to be where you're at. Mitchell should be in this conversation. Now that he's hurt, he would not be in my top 5. But me, I would have had him in my top 5. Missing these games, we don't know where he's going to come back at, and so therefore I'm going to kind of bump him down. I almost kill me to say it, James Harden should be in the talk. I don't think he can win it because when that team actually plays together, I think his stats doesn't hold as value as far as the MVP because every player on that team is an MVP. So then I'm going to kind of get into the real part of it. Dame, deserves to be in the top 5. He played most of this season so far without CJ, where he was hurt so much for a long time, that period, beginning period, because he was on my fantasy team and he hurt me so bad. Giannis, I would say probably Giannis is going to be the 5th on this because he's kind of, not that he's fallen off the earth like he's bad, but I feel like the team has almost taken a step back as a whole. So I'm going to move them just back. I'd probably have Giannis, Dame, Luka at 3. I'm going to put Joel Embiid at 2, where he had some time off, and I'm going to go with Joker at number 1 because Joker has not missed that much. I mean, he's a couple of weeks ago, I think we even showed the category. There's like every offensive and defensive category that they had tracked, he was number 1 on for the team. So, I mean, how can you not? I mean, he's been durable this year. Everyone else has been hurt for some period of time. So let's hear your long-winded. Get you a drink first and let's go.
I'm ready. I'm probably not going to be long-winded, but go.
How bad? Wait, how bad was I on mine?
I'm just going to tell you mine. And I have an argument for each player, but I'm not going to give you an argument for each player because we'll be here all night. So
right.
Now, my MVP, I'm not going to say a particular order, but my top.
That's no fair.
Yeah, I can't. The reason why is because I want to see how it's going to play out a little bit more. I want to see another week.
Well, yeah, but right now you have to. You have to give me a top 5.
Okay,
as of right now.
Okay, I'll go in order. Number 5, I have Devin Booker.
I like it.
Top 3 scoring at his position. Top 15 scoring in the NBA. Second best record in the association with the Phoenix Suns. Boom. Number 4, Donovan Mitchell. He will miss a couple of games, but that's okay. Top 3 scoring in his position. Top 7 scoring in the NBA. Best record in the NBA. Jazz probably top 3 in offensive efficiency. Jazz top 5 in defensive efficiency.
They're number 1.
The best record in the league. And he's their leading scorer. Number 3. This is hard for me, but I'm gonna go Giannis. I'll go Giannis at 3. The numbers speak for themselves. Milwaukee Bucks are a completely different team without Giannis on the floor. That's
oh yeah, absolutely.
It's evident because he does so much for them. I will say this, Michael. Adding Jrue Holiday does help when Giannis is not on the floor defensively. Defensively, it helps. Offensively, it helps a little bit as well because I've noticed that Jrue Holiday does pick up his scoring when Giannis doesn't play because Giannis didn't play for a while because he had a little injury, but he's back now. Number 2 is the Joker. The Joker is probably my number 2. Now, you could probably swap 1 and 2. You already know who number 1 is. You could probably swap 1 and 2, but the Joker's number 2 because Denver is number 4 in the West right now. But I think he probably will improve his case with Jamal Murray being out. But I think Michael Porter Jr. will step up. I think the acquisition of Aaron Gordon has been I think Jermichael Green will step up. Monte Morris. Everybody's going to have to step up with Jamal Murray out. He could probably improve his case, but I don't see them finishing top 3 in the West. I just don't see it because I think Utah, Phoenix, and the Clippers have that pretty much solidified. Number 1, I have Joel Embiid. He did miss games, yes, but when Joel Embiid is on the floor, he cannot be stopped, period. The numbers his numbers this season, now that he's healthy. He's
mentally healthy.
Yeah, he's lost some weight. I think Doc Rivers is bringing the best out of him. I think Ben Simmons is also bringing the best out of Joel Embiid as well. He can play longer minutes. He's shooting better from the free throw line. He's shooting better from the field. He's shooting better from the 3-point line. He's putting his big butt on the block and he's getting a bucket. And that's all I want to see from Joel Embiid. You're the best center in the league. Put your big butt on the block and go to work. And he's been doing that all season long. He's missed some games. Yes. Philly has been able to stay pat. They've been able to stay pat. They have probably the 3rd best record in the NBA because I think the Eastern Conference teams are, they have the 3rd best record in the NBA, but the number 1 in the East by a game over the Nets. Give me Joel Embiid as my MVP right now. I don't see that changing because he's probably going to go on a tear because I think Philly wants that number 1 seed. I really do. And I don't think the Nets are going to play completely healthy until the playoffs. So those are my top 5. I know I caused some controversy probably with Devin Booker, but when you look at his numbers and you look at the team winning, it's obvious. You look at the numbers for Donovan Mitchell, the team winning, it's obvious. I don't have Luka because I'm gonna tell you why I don't have Luka. The Mavs are fighting for a play-in game. He's in a play-in spot. He's putting up numbers, but your team's not winning. On the flip side, you can say, well, without Luka on the floor, the Mavericks are horrible, and they don't have as much around him as Phoenix, Utah, Philly, all those teams. You can argue that for Luka, but give me those top 5, and I'll probably have Luka on the outside looking in because I like what those other players are doing on teams. Devin Booker's leading his team in scoring, 3rd in his position, top 15 in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell leads his team in scoring, top 3 his position, top I think 7 or 8 in the NBA. So I gotta respect those numbers, and I gotta respect winning. Those teams are winning.
I'm going to go through the top 15 on NBA.com right now. Okay. I don't know if the 15 through 11 are in any order. It just has them on there. It says the 5 and 5 more. So I'm going to read them backwards just in case. Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. So I've got Mitchell up in the top 5, even though he's hurt. I actually thought that he was out for 2 weeks. So if he's just going to miss a couple of games, it's not as bad as
for a while too. So, but his
right.
Yeah.
So Devin Booker, who you have in your top 5, they don't even have in their top 10.
They don't respect.
You're horrible. No, I'm playing. They don't respect him.
They don't respect him or Phoenix at all.
They really don't.
They don't.
Then 10 through 6, they got Rudy Gobert, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Then they've got Dame at 5, Giannis at 4, Luka at 3. They have Joel Embiid at 2, and Joker at 1. And I was looking at this, and I'm just going to throw some stats at you just to try to change it, but I don't think we'll change it because you love Doc Rivers in Philadelphia. But Joker is actually almost averaging a triple-double as a center. To me, that is so much better. I mean, obviously, double-double is completely easy for any guys now, really. But he's averaging 26 points, 10.9 rebounds, 8.8 assists, and 1.5 steals. When you got Embiid averaging 29.8 points, so he's getting more points, 11 rebounds, 1 more rebound, but his assists are all the way down to 3 with 1 steal, 1 block. So that would be my only thing is, yeah, he's getting more points than Joker, but Joker is producing so much more with his assist stats that I just think the offense runs straight through him that gets everyone else going. And he's been there longer this year, more games. That would be my only thing. Now, compared to last year, obviously I'm absolutely in love with how Joel Embiid is playing. Kudos to him to turning around and actually getting his head on straight, I think. So I think it's going to be fun. Since you didn't want to tell me your top 5, how do you think it's going to end?
I gave my top 5. I had Booker, Mitchell, Giannis. I said you can switch the Joker, or you can switch the Joker and Joel Embiid if you want to.
No. Yeah, no, I'm saying today is the last day. Fast forward.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to win MVP?
It's going to be between the Joker and Joel Embiid, I think. I don't know, because Jamal Murray's injury is a factor. It's a factor. And the Joker and Joel Embiid aren't the same player. That system in Denver runs through the Joker, so he has the ball more. He's more of a facilitator than Embiid is as put your butt on the block, go score. The Joker plays the pinch post a lot. He's reading defenses. He's kind of what Marc Gasol did a little bit back in his Memphis days, and he does with the Lakers now every now and then. He's a great passing big. Sabonis, if you guys remember, older Sabonis, not younger, even younger.
Sabonis, okay.
Pretty good passer, but older Sabonis, he was a great passing big. Tim Duncan was a great passing big. So you see that system in NBA, that Spurs system where Pop had Tim passing the ball to those cutting guards and everybody's constantly moving. That's what Denver does. Denver is constantly moving. The Joker has the ball in his hands and he's making the right decisions. Joel Embiid is not asked to do that. Ben Simmons is your guy, your assist guy. The Joker is essentially their point guard. If you want me to be honest, he brings the ball up sometimes, but you don't see Joel Embiid bring the ball up because
No.
Doc Rivers knows what his strengths are. That's why I say they're kind of two different types of players, because the offense is ran through the Joker as a passer, facilitator, reading defenses and things like that. And he takes his shots when he needs to, although he's almost averaging 30 a game. Joel Embiid's offense is more so of, okay, I'm on the post, feed me the ball. I'm at the high post. Okay, I'm going to make a move. If I get doubled, I'll pass out the double. If not, I'm going one-on-one. Their playing styles are a little different, but they're similar, but they're different, if that makes sense, because they both can shoot in mid-range. They both can step out and shoot the three. It will be between those two. You can't change my mind with that. I will say this. I don't think it's going to happen because the Warriors are too far back. But if Steph somehow got the Warriors at the 6th seed, I think he would definitely be in consideration for MVP.
Today is his 3rd game in a row with 30 points.
Yeah, he's been on a tear here lately. I think if he could find a way, I don't know if it'll happen because I think the Warriors are way too far back for it to happen. To get that 6th seed, they would consider him for MVP.
I don't think he would get it, but I think he'd definitely jump as far as the talk.
Yeah.
Many, many, many years, I thought Anthony Davis should have won it, but where he was with the Pelicans, it wasn't even a thought. It's so weird to say thought now because there's so many meanings on that I just learned. Anyways. Yeah, so I mean, I think Stephen Curry is definitely deserving to be in the talks. You take Stephen off of that team, are they anything? Absolutely not. To me, since we're in that kind of discussion, you take Joel Embiid off the team, they're still a good team.
Yeah.
They won't be number 1, number 2, or number 3, but they're still going to be making the playoffs. You take Stephen Curry off of that team, they are crap. They ain't nothing on that team worth even going to go watch. So to me, I always value most valuable player to that extent. And
Steph's
back
the
when
player this season by far.
Yeah, because even when Anthony Davis was with the Pelicans, Hornets, whatever they all were, I mean, there was a couple years that they actually made the playoffs. Nobody thought they had a chance. Like, it was everything Anthony Davis. Yeah. How does he not get it? I don't know. But he doesn't, because we want to give it to the best team's player, basically.
Yeah.
That's my rant. I'm done on that.
Yeah, winning matters. I think winning should matter, though. I think you should be rewarded if your team is winning. That's why I remember when we first started the show, I think you and I had our first broadcast, we were talking about MVP. And I said, if your team doesn't finish top 4 in the conference, you shouldn't be included. I love Luka's numbers, but the fact that matter is that Dallas is fighting to stay in the 7th spot. And you've got guys like the Joker, Giannis, Joel Embiid. Yes, they have better teams around them, but they're winning. You know what I mean? So I have to value winning. I have to do it. I know Luka's in there, but I think they're force-feeding us Luka Doncic because they had him preseason picked MVP. ESPN did. So they're force-feeding us Luka. They're on TV all the time. They lost to the Knicks. Shout out to you, CJ. Your Knicks won yesterday. I think that's 5 in a row. They won yesterday, 5th in a row. Mm-hmm. And remember when you and Nick were on and I was on vacation?
Mm-hmm. And it was the best show ever.
And I was commenting and I said, I don't know if the Joker's team will have enough wins, but if they stay top 4 in the West, he will have enough wins to get that MVP. Because I think they look at that. They absolutely do. Because if they didn't, Steph would be top 5.
Right.
I mean, if they didn't care about winning, Steph would definitely be top 5. He'd probably be top 2, if you want to be completely honest, because of the numbers he puts up in order for that team to even stay in ball games and to win ball games. And the amount of energy he exerts every night.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm actually just looking here now. In the league order, the Nuggets have the 6th best record right now, half a game above the Bucks too. So I think that helps them as well. Not only is it they're like 4th or 5th.
Western teams' records are way better than Eastern.
Yeah. Although there's just 2 in the top 6. The 76ers and the Nets. Then the Bucks at 7. Yeah, the top 10 teams, which the Mavericks, which I think does help a little bit, even though they're fighting for that 6th or 7th spot, they're actually the top 10 in record in the whole league. So,
because the East is.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah, I think the Boston is 5th in the East and they're 30 and 26. Just Golden State is 28 and 28 and they're 9th in the West. I mean,
Yeah.
just hit another ridiculous three.
Wow. Think about that.
Yeah.
Boston, who we have said is a bad year, they're still ranked 5th. Golden State, they were talking about tanking at one point, are only 2 games behind Boston in the win column. Wow.
And that's the separation of the East and the West. And I don't know why it's like that, but it's been like that for a while.
It really has. And everybody always said, oh, well, everyone's going to the East this year to get away from LeBron. The West is still way more dominant. I don't know what that talk is, other than just Brooklyn has 3 starters now, as stars now. But other than that, I mean, it's still the West League.
Yeah, it's the West League. I think the last team, well, the Miami Heat won it, a finals, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers won a finals. But the last team in the East to win a finals before those teams, Boston Celtics won one, and the Detroit Pistons won one. I'm talking about after Michael Jordan retired. So you had
then the Celtics with Rondo and their big 3.
Yeah, Pistons, Celtics, Miami, Cleveland. I think those are only 4 teams in the East that have won a championship. Oh, Toronto. Toronto won. The last team, okay, so Toronto was the latest winner. So 5 teams in the East have won a title since Michael Jordan retired in
98. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He came back and played with Washington as well in 2000.
Yeah. I count that because he was getting buckets in Washington, but you know, so those last 5 teams to win a NBA championship since Jordan went on that run with the Bulls. That's almost, 1998, 26 years. So your champion.
Well, if it was 2000, it'd be 21. So 22 years, 23 years?
23? Am I going?
That's crazy stat.
Yeah, futuristic. I'm thinking futuristic here. Because if you were born in 2000, you're 21 now.
Yes.
Okay, so be what, 22, 23 years? Okay. So.
Well, I mean, if you celebrate birthdays.
There you go. So just think about that, Michael. 5 champions. Only 5. Only 5. Think about it.
That's less than a quarter.
The Spurs have 5 championships since that.
Wow.
Spurs start winning in 99 and they just decide, okay, we're just going to keep on winning. They have 5 titles. Golden State has 3 titles. The Lakers have 1, 2, 3, 4?
3.
4. 5.
Yeah, because they went back to back to back.
They have 5. Did they three-peat with Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah.
Okay, three-peated with Shaq and Kobe. Kobe won one on his own with Marc Gasol. Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom.
Not Mark.
My fault. He was in Memphis. Well, they both got drafted by Memphis. But anyway, both got drafted. They both played. That's neither here nor there. With Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom. So that's 4. And then Kobe because Kobe has 5, right? Kobe has 5 rings. So the Lakers have, did he win 2 without
6?
Shaq?
He might have.
Did he win 2 without Shaq? And Shaq won 1 without him? Because they three-peated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, did he win 2 without Shaq? That's a good question. Guys, we're trying to figure this out live.
I think he won 2 without Shaq because Shaq won 1 with Dwyane Wade in Miami.
Yep.
And I think Kobe still had the wins on that.
Yeah. So I think he won 2 without Shaq and 3 with Shaq. Because Shaq has 4 rings. Kobe has 5, 6. The Lakers have won 6 rings in that span. The Spurs have won 5 rings in that span. Dallas Mavericks have a ring in that span. The Spurs have 5. Golden State has 3 rings in that span. Just think about that, guys, how dominant the West has been.
Okay. Well, now it's reloading. In 99, we'll just go in order and you can count whoever you want to. Spurs won at 99. Lakers.
Yep. 3
Spurs.
Spurs.
Pistons. Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Miami. Spurs,
Mhm.
Celtics, Lakers,
Mhm.
Mavericks, Heat,
Mhm.
Spurs, Warriors, Cavs, Warriors, Raptors, Lakers.
Yeah, so they have 6 in that span. Um, that's ridiculous. The Spurs have multiple. The the Spurs have multiple rings in that era. Also,
I
the
mean,
Lakers do.
went on.
Golden State does.
Yeah,
And have
Golden
one.
State,
They have one.
Heat, and Spurs and Lakers all have multiple.
Well, the Heat's in the East, so I'm thinking about
Well,
the West.
right.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the West. But that's how dominant the West has been. And the champion can come out of the East or the West this year. I think it's wide open. I think it's more wide open than I thought it would be, honestly. Michael, what are your thoughts on that? How are you looking at it?
I mean, we're supposed to be experts and professionals at this, but I mean, if you really look at it, one side is going to be just strong offense. The other side, we don't know exactly who's going to come out of the West. Like we know, well, we're assuming Brooklyn's going to come out. They're going to score 175 points each game and give up 160 points. So we know it's going to be the Nets in the championship, or at least I would bet money on that. As far as the West, we don't know how Anthony Davis or LeBron James are going to be playing coming off of their injuries, which Anthony Davis is supposed to be playing this week, they said, or this coming week. So
This 1 week, yeah.
That would be nice just to kind of get a clear eye of how he's going to be. Obviously, I think he's going to be on minute restriction just to ease him in and not to have a re-injury. So I would say right now it will probably be at this day it'll be a Clippers Nets game, but if LeBron and Anthony Davis, by the time they get healthy, it's going to be Lakers, Nets, and I would give the edge to the Lakers. I mean, you can't bet against LeBron, especially now that he's got AD with him. They just won it last year. I want to say Lakers, but the Nets offense, who knows? You just don't know because if one guy has a cold night, you've got 2 other guys that can score 30 points in your night.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to stop it. The Lakers, I know they're tops in the NBA in defense. One of the top teams in the league in defense. Lakers, Utah, Phoenix, those Milwaukee. Those are some of the top teams in the league in defense. Even Philly. But how do you stop a guy in Kevin Durant that can get you 30 on like 10 shots? The efficiency is just beautiful to watch. All 3 of those guys. It's just going to be so difficult. Even when the game slows down, all 3 of those guys can play in half court. It's not okay, well, they can't play in half court offense. Yeah, they can. And the way they share the ball and the others. The others. They get the others involved as well. And the others feel like they're part of the team. Everybody knows their role. With the Clippers getting Rondo, I could see that. Marcus Smart just hit a huge 3. With the Clippers getting Rondo,
you don't even care about me. You're watching basketball.
Well, I'm trying to, I'm engaged in everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
2-point game with 1 minute and 6 seconds left, and Steph has the ball. Boston went on an 8-0 run. It's count the bucket, so we're going live. And Steph just hit he missed the layup. Tap in by Looney. All right. Steph hurt his ankle too early in game. Well, in the 4th quarter, he hurt his ankle, but he looks to be okay. Tatum, go get you a bucket, Tatum. Yes, Tatum. Count it. Draymond, what are you yelling at? Draymond,
count the bucket.
Count the bucket, Tatum. That's what we do. But I like the Lakers healthy. I'm probably going to pick the Nets for my title winner because nobody on the Lakers. I think the stars eliminate themselves. So let's eliminate LeBron. Let's eliminate Anthony Davis. Let's eliminate pick 2.
Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
You still
That's who I would.
Okay, go ahead.
That's who I would eliminate if I'm thinking. As even while you were talking, I was sitting there thinking, James Harden has not showed up very well in playoff time, so that would be my one that I would have to say would be the biggest X factor in this game. And I've rode him his whole career except for this year. He's playing better. He's playing like a point guard, a facilitator, so I'm good. But now playoffs coming, you've got to prove me wrong, and until you can do it, I can't say
Gonzaga of the NBA, as you like to say.
Shout out Gonzaga for choking.
They did
So-
right by you, Michael. They did right by you.
That's right. That's right. I picked Baylor. I'll win. So that's my only thing is James Harden has to actually have a good game or a good series because I think LeBron James would be on KD. KD would probably be on LeBron James. That's a good matchup. We know the three that KD hit in LeBron's face, and he didn't even try to guard anything. Now, who's going to guard Kyrie? I don't know because
Schroeder.
Who's going to guard Anthony Davis?
Probably either Blake Griffin because Jeff Green. It'd be Jeff Green, Blake Griffin. They'll switch off on Anthony Davis. They have the advantage there, of course. And Andre Drummond, that would be DeAndre Jordan. So,
I would think Drummond would be the better one in that. I love Jordan. He helped my fantasy teams for many years. So, I mean, we said take out the superstars. We only named 2 on each team, but yet both these teams are full of superstars.
They're loaded, man. They're loaded. And that's why I think the Nets are probably I would probably take the Nets in 7 against the Lakers. Just because the Nets have more closers than the Lakers do.
I agree with that. But I'm just going to flat out disagree with you. Everyone thinks it's the Nets year, it's boom or trophy or bust. But defense has always prevailed in any playoffs, any championship game. It's been defense that actually wins the game. As much as I want to go against LeBron and everything he does in life, I'm going to go with the Lakers in this, just because they, 1, have been there, and 2, they actually play defense.
Okay.
You know as well as I do. If you've played in any kind of championship game or playoff game, that goal gets a little bit tighter when it's crunch time. Makes it a little bit harder, and defense prevails on that.
But I've seen 2 players on that Nets team hit crunch time buckets in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
And both of those players had another player that was, well, no, Kevin Durant was the best player on that team. Kyrie Irving has had a player that was better than him on that team.
You can say it about the Nets. I mean, there's many arguments for it.
Right. Well, I mean, he still had the guts to shoot it. He had ice in his veins, as they say. So, I mean.
Actually, you could have probably gave an MVP to Kyrie, too, when the Cavs won. Because he put up numbers. He mixed Steph up the wing over there. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, let's not talk about that.
I'm just saying that Kyrie really did have an MVP type of finals. LeBron.
So let's do this. You think Nets over Lakers. What about if it is the Clippers and Nets?
Oh, I got the Nets.
So who do you think has a better chance between the Lakers and Clippers?
Lakers do.
What if
the Lakers
Nets get – go ahead.
Go ahead. What if the Nets don't make it? Was that what you're going to say?
Yes. What I was going to say, what if the Nets lose 2 and kind of give a dramatic pause to think that you're going to say Philadelphia, but actually throw in Miami Heat because that's my team, but Philadelphia?
Because Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis would eliminate themselves. I don't know how healthy Anthony Davis is going to be. I just don't know because he will be on minutes restriction.
Do you think Drummond would be on him?
I mean, you could put Drummond on him. You could. Who's the 4 for Philly? Ben Simmons, because you can't put Drummond on Ben Simmons because he's a point forward. So that'd be Anthony Davis's responsibility. The matchups would be, who are the Philly starters? Let me think. Who would the Lakers start? They're going to match up differently because Frank Vogel can change his matchups in the finals. You know that.
I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like each person's advantage is the other person's weakness in a way. So, I mean, different styles on there. It'd be kind of interesting matchup, I think.
It'd be very interesting matchup with the Lakers because I like the Philly bench and I like the Laker bench. I think Ben Simmons will have to step up his scoring, which I think he would. I think he would step up on scoring. Can Danny Green knock down shots? Tobias Harris could give you 20 any given night.
That would be my interesting person is Danny Green.
Danny Green, yes. Oh, yes.
Just because he played for the Lakers last year.
Yeah.
he'd be shooting lights out. I think he would be going 110%. I don't even like saying it because you can't go 110%. It makes no sense. How do you say go give it 110%? I only got 100. That's literally all I got.
35.6%. Yeah. I think that'll be an interesting matchup, Michael. But who would you like in the Philly? Like, I don't know. I think I would like the Lakers in 6. Probably in that matchup.
I think so too. Honestly, I think it would be a LeBron James bully ball. And I think he could do that with Ben Simmons on him too. Just the whole back down and do whatever I want to with you.
Yeah, but I think the height and the strength of Ben Simmons could work in his favor. But LeBron will probably guard Ben Simmons and give him space because Ben Simmons is not going to shoot the ball. So he'll help in the paint with Joel Embiid. So that gives you room. That gives Ben Simmons room to cut, which Ben Simmons is very good at cutting and getting to the hole. We know the Lakers' interior defense has not been great. They lack rim protection, especially with Anthony Davis out. We don't know how healthy he's going to be. Andre Drummond could provide a little bit of that for the Lakers, but we will see. That's their biggest weakness to me. But I like Philly a lot. I just like the Nets more. I think it will be Philly and Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Western Conference Finals, I don't know because LeBron will come back from his ankle. He'll be fine. But that Achilles is tricky. Trust me, I went through it. It is a tricky, tricky thing. It's a tricky tendon, and the tendon's connected to your calf, and it affects everything in your leg. It's tough. It's tough, Michael. And I wish he was healthy because then I would say, okay, Lakers in the Western Conference Finals against, I wouldn't know. But what if Utah made the Western Conference Finals? That's not.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How pitiful are we? Because the number 1 and 2 teams, we're not even talking about making it here.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. I'm open for that discussion. But when you have when they're healthy, the top 5, you got 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA on your team, it's hard to go against that. But Utah's doing it as a team. Phoenix is doing it as a team as well.
Spurs are killing the Suns right now, 64-45 at halftime.
Okay. And Utah lost.
I want to see, maybe you can pull this up because I'm trying to do it by my phone real quick. Can you pull up all of Utah's their record, like their games actually play? Like, I want to see how many games they've played against the Lakers and won, lost, and all that, like those matchups.
Okay, let's pull it up. I'll get on ESPN.com and share the screen. How about that?
There we go. Don't be selfish.
I won't be selfish. As soon as I pull it up, I'll share it. Okay, let's see. Let me go to NBA. The Celtics pulled that one out.
While she's looking this up, guys, just so you all know, if you're poor like me, the NBA League Pass is free this weekend. So check it out. It ends tomorrow. So you get to watch it tomorrow. So get on there. There's a lot of good games. NBA League Pass. Promo code, put in MD Lawson 00, and you won't get a thing anyway because it's free already.
Nice. Okay. So against the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's share this bad boy. Let's share this puppy.
Oh, okay, it worked.
There we go. Against the Lakers. Goodness, it took them a long time to play the Lakers.
Got to blow my screen up so I can see it. I'm getting old.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
They beat the Lakers on the 24th of February. Goodness, they didn't play Lakers till February?
And doesn't look like they play them again.
They play them back-to-back, though. They played them today, and they'll play them again Monday. Yeah, and then they lost today.
In overtime.
On Monday on ESPN. And then they played them. That's it.
Wow.
But neither team was healthy in this game. I mean, nobody really played.
What about the Clippers?
Okay. They lost against the Clippers, so they 1-1 with the Clip. Nope. They're 2-1 so far. So 2-1. Sorry, Michael, I gotta scroll through this.
You're fine. I like how poor Clippers. I mean, look at ESPN. Like when they play the Lakers, it says Los Angeles. When they play the Clippers, it just says LA.
They're 2-1 against the Clippers. 2-1 against the Clippers.
Okay. What about the Suns? What's the record on there?
They play Phoenix again on the 30th of April. That'll be a huge game. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael.
Mm-hmm. You're good.
They lost against Phoenix. And then you see them again on here? They lost against Phoenix twice. So 2 L's against Phoenix. And they play them one more time. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So they're 0-2 against Phoenix.
Granted, I don't think the record of just 3 games really tell you any type of advantage, but that is nice to know. Can we go to this? Are you already going to the Suns?
Let's go. Let's take a trip down memory lane to the Suns. Let's go. Important to note, Memphis is currently beating Milwaukee right now. They need that win.
Oh, yeah.
They need that, especially after that blunder against Dallas and Luka hit that shot.
Yeah.
Washington won today. Chicago finally won against Zach LaVine, but Washington won. Washington's trying to get that 10. I think they're going to get that 10 seed without Zach LaVine.
You think so?
I think they could do it. All right, here's Phoenix schedule. What are we looking at? Let's see.
Want to go with the Clippers?
Clippers. They lost
to them there.
Lost to them there. Next week they play the Clippers again. I guess y'all just don't want to play the Clippers. Lost to them again.
On my birthday.
On your Blessings Day. Then they play them again on ESPN on April 28th. So they have 3 games against the Clippers. All
right, let's go with the Lakers or the Los Angeles. I feel so bad for the Clippers, the LA. Well, I mean, we can do it this way. The Suns record with the Lakers.
Okay, Suns record with the Lakers. Goodness, they don't play the Suns either until late. They lost. Lost.
In March. Their first game was in March.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. And LeBron James played. Lost. I know they play him another time, don't they? Yep, they play him again May 9th. That could be interesting.
And I would say Phoenix probably is their big advantage is their guards, and that would be probably the Lakers' weak spot is the guards, 1 and 2 guards for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an interesting matchup there.
The Western Conference Finals, I think it would be. Now, you could get this as a second round matchup if Phoenix finished 1 and the Lakers finished 4, or if the Lakers get upset Denver, that 4-5 matchup. You could get that in the second round. But I think that the Lakers, I don't know if they want to avoid certain matchups. I'm not quite sure. Somebody was talking about, do the Lakers want to avoid certain matchups?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Because I think it would be Lakers and Nuggets first round.
Yeah. I definitely would try to avoid the Suns because, like I was even saying, I mean, Chris Paul and Booker, I mean, that's a great one, too, for any team. And they have a 2-0 advantage on that. So very interesting there. Other than that, if everyone's healthy, I don't think they have to avoid anything.
Okay. I'm with you there. Anthony Davis' health just worries me. I know I say that a lot, but I'm looking at these NBA play-in tournament. Look at the rules. I'm going to share my screen once I figure it out. Oh, boy. This is a lot of rules. Oh, boy. Okay, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
This is going to be – I'm exhausted just looking at it, Michael. Okay, here it is. Can you see it, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, wow. All right. 9th and 10th place play each other. 7th and 8th place play each other. That's interesting. We thought it would be 7, 10, 8, 9. But it's 9, 10, 7, 8. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense because we were saying 7 and 10, and the winner would be switched. If the 10 won, it would go to the bottom if the 7 won would stay. So they're just saying, okay, automatically the worst 2 and the better 2. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. So you don't have to do all that switching there, too.
Okay. The winner of the 9-10 plays, and the loser of the 7-8
okay. If
So
the 8 wins 2 games, they are the 7th seed,
yep.
right? And if the 9, 10, or 7th ranked team wins, they're the 8th seed,
This is
right?
just my head hurt. Yeah, why'd they do it so complicated? Why can't they do it 7, 10, 8, 9 matchup, right? Why
Yeah,
do it like that? Why did they have to be so difficult? Money, because they want you to play extra games. This is just money. This is a money grab at this point.
it really is. There's more games to get
There's
more
more games.
fans, more
Exactly.
broadcasting. So I thought when we talked about this last week, I was thinking there's only one team that was going to be in the play-in games, like one winner. So there's 2 winners.
Because you have to, yeah, because that 7, 8, because the 7's in the play-in game, so that makes sense. So if the winner of the 9, 10, so if you win the 9, 10 matchup, you have to play again.
But here's the thing. If I'm the 9, 10, I don't even worry about that second game. I wouldn't even play it. Because if you win the first one, you're the 8th seed no matter what. According to this graph.
Wait a minute.
Well, there's no 9, 10 lane down to the 7th seed.
So if you win the 9, 10 matchup, do you play the loser of the 7, 8? Look, you see how
Oh,
graph is
yeah. The winner of the 7, 8 automatically is the 7th seed.
Yes, because they're the higher seed. So if you're 9, 10, you play 2 games.
So if you're a 7th or 8th seed, you could lose the first game and still be an 8th seed.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah. It's too many games. I'm telling you. Listen, Commissioner Adam Silver, have the 7 and 10 play each other. The 8 and 9 play each other. Whomever wins the 7, 10 matchup, the 10 seed wins, they play the number 1 seed.
Yes.
If the 7 seed wins, they play the next, do it like the NFL, next highest remaining seed, right? 8, 9 matchup. Whoever's the lowest seed remaining plays the highest seed remaining, right? The second lowest seed remaining plays the number 2 seed. Just do it like that. Why do we?
I'm even fine. Instead of doing all these little squigglies, go from 9, 10 is automatically the winner is the 8th seed. The 7, 8, the winner is the 7th seed.
Exactly.
So what if 8th seed should be 8th seed, but we're doing these playing games anyway. So if you lose, it's on you anyways. You're out. Like you don't get a second chance. This is not like PE basketball. If you lose, you're out.
This is so like, but if you're 7, 8 seed, you can lose and still make the playoffs. Oh my goodness. You know what, Adam Silver, my head hurts.
Okay, real quick. Who's the 7, 8 seed? Who's 7, 8, 9, 10 right now?
I think it's in the conferences, it is 7, 8. Miami, Charlotte, Indiana, Chicago for the East.
So right now, 7, 8 at this day and time would be Miami, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would play, the loser would play the winner of Pacers, Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the winner would play, huh? So the loser plays the winner
loser play,
and then the winner automatically moves on to 7 seed.
Winner is automatically playing the number 2 team, right?
Yep.
So theoretically, would you rather play the Nets at 2 or the Phillies at 1? Because I would rather play the Phillies because the Nets, their arsenal is just so deep.
Oh my goodness! If you're Miami, they haven't been consistent all year long though. If they were consistent and healthy, I'd be like, man, Miami probably be a top 4 seed, honestly. But that health and that inconsistency is just not working for the Heat right now.
Watch out for them though, because Butler's already called them out saying they're playing soft.
Yeah. They just have to get consistent and stay healthy. That's all it is. Like with Boston, they have to get consistent and stay healthy.
So Charlotte, you basically have your destiny on this. You can basically pick who you're going to play.
Yeah, you could.
Because you could say, you know what? I don't want to play the Nets, so we're not going to give it everything we got against the Miami Heat and just let them be it. Then you're going to say, okay, now I'm ready to make my run for the first place team. Do you think a team would be ballsy enough to do that?
You want the momentum going into the playoffs, though. You don't want to lose, because if you say, for instance, if you're Charlotte and you have like a 7-game winning streak going into the play-in, and then you lose a game, that breaks that momentum. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, but if you're Charlotte and you have a 7-game winning record there, and then you go in and beat Miami, and then you lose the next 4 games to the Nets because it's the Nets.
You got to pick your poison, Michael. You just got to pick your poison.
Do you think Charlotte could have a chance against Philly?
No.
Against Philly?
No. They have nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody to stop Joel Embiid.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
Nobody.
I agree.
They don't have a playoff experience either. And
I agree.
Melo Ball. So
I agree. Everything. But
Miami has a better chance.
Okay. Here's a scale.
Miami has the best chance against Philly or the Nets. Go ahead.
Here's a scale. Do they have a better chance of beating Philly or the Nets? I mean, I can't drop them both. So you got to pick one.
How many games do you have them winning? You have them winning 4 games against Philly or the Nets?
Oh, no. I'm just saying who they have a better chance of winning.
How many games winning, Mike? We talking about 5? I'm talking about 1 game, 2 games. Yes. 1 game. Okay, 1 game. I probably have to say Philly, because I think the Nets are on a mission. I think Philly's on a mission too. But I think that Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie are so angry at the association right now. I'm not even saying players. I'm just going to say at the association. Because
till the Eastern Conference Final, I say that they may lose 2 games.
They might. They maybe. I think they're on a mission. They're on a tear. I think James Harden is trying to prove to people, hey, I can play with others, which I think he can. I just think his role with the Nets is more solidified. He has better teammates around him with the Nets. And they said, okay, Kyrie said, okay, you're the de facto number 1. You're the point guard. And they're cool with that. And they're rolling with that. I like that for the Nets. Charlotte, Miami has the best chance of getting some games against Philly, even maybe upsetting Philly. But I don't see that because they're just not they haven't been consistent this year or healthy. Right. And the Nets, it's just not a good matchup per se. I mean, they can go zone against the Nets, but like I said, the Nets, because Eric Spoelstra likes to play that zone in the playoffs. The Nets can shoot the basketball, so that's not really good against the Nets. And they have penetrating guards with Kyrie and James Harden. Doesn't work. Oh man, that's gonna be tough. I think Washington takes the spot. Hot take. They're not too far behind. I think Washington takes that spot from the Bulls. But I don't think they will catch Indiana. Even though Washington's kind of hot right now. All right. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh-wee. Now this is spicy. Michael, this is spicy. This is very spicy. So the Warriors are now 28 and 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they just lost. Memphis is currently winning, so they can go 29 and 26. That would put them a game back of Dallas. That's why they need to beat Dallas the other night. That was so pivotal for them to beat Dallas. Dallas is 2 games behind Portland. Portland is 2 games behind the Lakers. The Lakers are a game and a half behind the Nuggets. Nuggets are 2 games behind the Clippers. The Clippers are 2.5 games behind Phoenix. Phoenix is 1 game behind Utah. Those top 3, I think, stay the same. This is where it gets dicey right in here from 4 to 10, but I know 7 can't catch 4. So 4, 5, and 6 could shuffle. 7, 8, 9, and 10 could possibly shuffle. I don't think the Pelicans are getting in. I don't trust the Pelicans at all. And if they did get in, they would probably lay a dud like they did last year when they had the easiest schedule. What are you thinking about this 7-8 matchup with Memphis and Dallas? That's going to be a good one. That would be a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good game. That's probably be the best game to watch, I think, as far as the play-in games.
Yes.
Even the Golden State
and Spurs
right now.
Would be a good
it's just 1 game, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go with Golden State, even though I hate going against Pop and I love the Spurs. But I just feel like Steph Curry right now is on a tear, and he's trying to prove that his team's still good. So in a one-game playoff, I would go with the Golden State right now on that.
Okay.
It's one game.
It's one game.
Dallas and Memphis. I want to go Dallas.
If you get Dallas and Memphis, you get 2 games because the loser would play to try to get into that.
Right.
Yeah.
But, man, oh, man, I want to say it's a coin toss. And I hate to say that because that doesn't do any kind of drama. But so, therefore, I'm going to go with Dallas.
Okay.
Mark Cuban's going to get his team together, and they're going to win. What about you?
I like the young Memphis team. Here's the thing about Golden State. And we talked about this a little bit last time. Do they exhaust him? Does Steph Curry exhaust himself? Because he has to play 2 games to get in, right? They lost tonight.
No, he just has to win 1. If they win the first one, they're in. They'll be the 8th seed. No, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. They got to win 2. You're right. They've got to win 2.
They got to win 2. Yeah, that's going to be exhausting because goodness, I'm trying to figure out how Steph does it. He's just full of energy. He's a ball full of energy because that is exhausting to have to carry a team and put a team on your back like that. Now they are without Kelly Oubre. He hasn't played in a while. Hopefully he can come back healthy and give them a spark, but it's still Steph or bust. I mean, we all know that. San Antonio is more of a team oriented, but I think, you know what I think? This is going to be a hot take. I think San Antonio could pull that off because I think Pop will find a way to get his team to play better than the others for Golden State.
I think Spurs are a better all-around team.
Yeah, but Golden State has Steph, and that's the biggest difference. Now, if San Antonio did win, they would have to move on and play either either Memphis or Dallas, and that would be a fair matchup as well. Either one of those teams. This is going to be interesting, Michael. But I think these top 10 stay the same. Now they are shuffle. Instead of the top 3, I think that stays where it is. But 4, 5, 6 are shuffled. 7, 8, 9, 10 are shuffled.
I can't wait to talk about it next week and see what's changed because, I mean, so many teams are so close. It could be a whole new list. But I do think the top is definitely going to stay the top 3 there.
Yeah, and I think the East and the West top 3 are solidified.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see that changing.
And I think the top 3 in the East. Oh, you said the East too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good because after the 3rd team in the East, it's a huge drop off. After the third team in the West, it's not that big of a drop off because you got Denver right there just kind of hanging on to that spot with Jamal Murray out. So the Joker's going to make his MVP case.
Yeah.
These last 16 games or so, he is definitely going to make that case. Like I said before, you can swap him and Joel Embiid. It doesn't really matter because I think it'll be a 2-man race. I don't know if they're going to give it to Giannis again. I don't think they want to. I mean, we know what Giannis means to Milwaukee, a small market team. But I think it's going to be between Joel Embiid and the Joker.
I agree. I do think Booker needs to be in that 3-4 spot. I didn't even list him myself, and I'm sorry, Devin. I apologize. I'm a Kentucky fan, but Devin definitely needs to be up there.
Devin forgets you.
Shout out.
Devin forgets you.
Booker.
Yeah, there you go. He is so fun to watch. And when I watch him, I just look at Kobe, and I just think about Kobe when I watch him because so much of his footwork and his game is Kobe-esque. You can tell he trained with Kobe. Jason Tatum's the same way. I just think
let's just be honest. Devin
killer.
Booker is the most handsome man ever. Let's just be, I mean, that haircut, those eyes. I mean, that's all you can say. Do what?
I think he's dating a Kardashian.
Yeah, there was actually a video of one of them, Kendall, I think it was, and they were shooting the basketball in those little carnival games.
Yeah, okay, Devin, listen, it's playoff time. I need for you to tune all of that out. I need you to come back.
It's pause time, man. Just say, hold up.
Hold up. Because I know the Kardashian curse. Hold up, Devin Booker. We need you to make this playoff run through July. if after July, you and Kendall, y'all can have y'all fun and do what y'all need to do. But I need you locked in right now, Devin. I need you to lock in. He's been locked in.
Yes.
He's been locked in. I'm just teasing, but I know they say there's a Kardashian curse, which you can't argue with it. But
I mean, Odom went from like sky high player to almost dying.
yeah, now
There's a curse.
Yeah, there's a curse. Tristan Thompson, we don't know what he's doing. Kanye's getting a divorce. I mean, you know what I mean? And then what was his name? The big guy that played for the Nets. He was married to
Chris Humphries.
Yes.
Like that's the only reason why he was even in the spotlight, because of his girlfriend. It wasn't even his game.
Yeah. And then Ben Simmons, Kardashian. You know, this is my thing. Just be careful, Devin. We're rooting for you. You say you tired of losing, you want to be in the playoffs, number 2 seed in the West, got second best record in the association. We want to keep it that way, Devin.
Mm-hmm. Everyone loves Devin, the hottest man alive.
See, Michael said you're not.
I mean, am I wrong, Amber?
Devin Booker is a handsome man.
Very handsome, like beautiful man.
Michael has a man crush.
I mean, let's just be honest. I mean,
I won't tell nobody if you won't.
I won't tell anyone. Let's just keep that between you and me and everyone that watches the show.
I won't tell nobody if you won't. That's our little secret. But Devin Booker he's not facially challenged. I will say that he is not.
He's not facially challenged.
He is not facially challenged. You learned a new phrase, Michael. You heard it.
I can't remember last week because you said something. I was like, I like how you said that, but I cannot remember what it was.
We talked about so much last week. We were on here for like 3 hours and 45 minutes. I don't remember either.
I can't remember.
Anyway, guys, we've had fun, Michael. We've had fun. Next week, will you be here next week?
Yes, I should be good. I should be good.
No, the 24th. Yes, 24th is Saturday.
Yes, I should be fine.
Okay.
We have some changes going on at work, but I actually think I'll be okay.
Okay. So Michael will be back on the 24th. Be back here with me on the 24th, and then our next
should be good.
Okay, will be May 1st after that. Okay, good, splendid. I have so much fun tonight, Michael. We talked.
Good.
We talked about Devin Booker being handsome. Dwyane Wade putting his name and face in the NBA ownership wise, which is great. Anything else would you like to add before we end the show tonight?
Just go follow me on Twitter, MDLawson00.
Plug it on yourself, Michael. Let's look at all the things you have going on, Michael. Let's just talk about it.
Well, if you want me to talk about everything.
The pen and pad out.
I have.
Well, but I can't announce it yet. Go ahead.
You have a new show? Mm-hmm. Like, what time do you do? Is it like at 1 a.m. in the morning here, and you're like somebody in Australia that you're talking with?
No, it's about WNBA basketball. We're going to talk WNBA. So that should be
okay.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah. Well, before I was rudely interrupted, MDLawson00. That is my Twitter. It's also my Instagram. You can also find me on SportsMe. Just add USN at the end of that.
All right.
And I am a co-host on our baseball show with Unwrapped Sports. It's called Backstop Banter. Mm-hmm. It's live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern to 10:20, 5:30, just depending on work. Obviously, I'm a co-host temporarily, permanently on Count the Bucket every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I believe that's actually it. That's all I got, Amber.
Oh, that's it. All right.
That's it.
Oh, I got it all in the phone, man. That's it.
Thank you.
You can follow.
Now, let me get my scroll out for you.
I'm going to surprise you.
Go.
Are you ready? I'm getting ready to surprise you. You ready?
Okay.
Follow me on Twitter at simplyme_AV. You can find everything I do in my bio.
Nice. You know what? What is it? A tree link or something like that? I'm learning this all high tech stuff. Like you can create an account on there, and if they go to your account, they actually see everything that you can list to it.
Wow.
I want to say it's called. I think it's Tree Link. I know Connie, my co-host on Backstop Banter, has done something to that. because where he's the co-host for Count the Bucket. I'm sorry, that's the Hard Count, and then he has his Generational Z, and then their Backstop Banter. He's got like all those listed on there.
Wow.
You
Interesting.
need to check that out.
I do, because I'm adding more to the repertoire. So,
and then you could probably list your OnlyFans as well on there.
Oh yeah, you guys want to watch me eat on OnlyFans? Let's see how much
We're about to go 4 hours now.
I've been working out, but I won't be taking off any clothing. I'm just letting you know right now.
Whoa, what kind of OnlyFans are you having here? I'm offended now.
I'm just saying, if a bigger lady can have an OnlyFans and get paid for watching her eat, people will pay for the weirdest things on Michael.
I mean, they probably pay to just watch you work out. Be like, okay, this is what I'm doing now. This is the exercise. It goes for this muscles.
Right. Michael, you know what? You get 15% if I do.
Well, thank you. Just 15. Thought I was gonna be like a co-sponsor here. Be like, okay, guys, this is how I work out. I lift. I do a sit up every day. Half when I wake up in the morning out of the bed, and the other half when I lay back down. That's my sit up.
I'm just saying, people will pay for the weirdest things.
They really will.
If you pay to watch somebody eat, that's a little odd.
You got problems.
You really do. And I'm not a therapist. I don't judge. I'm not a therapist or a psychiatrist, but I think you should seek help.
Like, I know we're ending the show a little bit here, but like when I lean back in my recliner, I'm eating like chips, and I look down, I'm like, oh gosh, I got all these crumbs because I'm so fat. I'm like, man, that's depressing. Like, I hope nobody's seen me. And then here, this woman is probably just going, just
and mustard and
getting
ketchup just slobbering down and just
like, I'm almost tempted to pay just so I can see what the hype is and be like, okay, I'm out now, just so you can see like why.
You want to pay? Do you want to watch somebody eat in front of a mirror? Just give me a full mirror, put it in the kitchen table.
Depressing.
That sounds very. But however you hustle and get your money, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that if you're paying $20 or $30 a month to watch another human being eat, that's a little troublesome. And I think
it's a monthly membership.
Yeah, you have to pay. It's monthly. OnlyFans is monthly.
How do you know this?
Well, my Twitter timeline informs me of a lot of things, Mike. I'm telling you.
Okay. My
Twitter timeline is so diverse. I love it. Also, Doge to the moon. Okay, guys, I have 696 shares. I should have bought like 10,000, like Alex told me to do, because I got it at 5 cents a share. So I made money this weekend while doing nothing.
Nice. What do you need to shout out? Oh, you did just your Twitter handle, didn't you?
I'm not that bad. Oh, I had to say prayers to Black Rob's family. He passed away. Rapper out of New York. I used to listen to him a lot in middle school. So 2 New York rappers. We had DMX and Black Rob. What the? You're
saying DMX? That hurt me.
Oh,
that was my soul right there.
Yeah, and I was listening to him today at the gym when I was getting my workout in. That hurt. And you just hear the pain in his voice when he raps and when he talks.
Oh yeah. And without him, who we be?
I like it, Michael. I like it. I like the reference, Michael. My mom made popcorn and I smell it.
Okay, nice. And that ends our show.
We have fun, Jackie. Okay, guys. Yep, Jackie's got the popcorn. Are we gonna do these promos? Real quick. Let's run through them real quick.
If Case Perry's watching,
we gotta do the promos.
All right, guys, I got it pulling up here. I think go follow or not follow, but go to patreon.com/unwrappedsports. You love our show, so give us some money. We don't do the OnlyFans because we don't want you to do a membership that long. But $1 per month, as I say that, just lets us know that you actually care about what it's doing and you like us. Like a $1 a month is $12 for the whole year. Help us out. Let us be able to buy a McDouble, even though it's almost $2 now. That's how old I am. I remember when it's 99 cents. Also, we got the $5 per month as well, where you can do 10% off your Teespring shop. And you also get access to our 24/7 Patreon only Discord chat. And there's also some other things that go on there. We got like a fantasy sports advice. We just talk sports. We talk gambling. Not myself because I have no money to even gamble on. Plus, my mom would smack me on the hand. Also, we've got music, just everyday life conversations going on with there. A lot of baseball because I love baseball. And then also we've got our $10 per month where you are a VIP and you get 20% off our Teespring shop. You also get access to the Discord as well, but this time you can actually chat with the extra $5. Instead of just kind of seeing what we're talking about, you can actually interact with us, and we'd love that to hear your side of the story or just your take on different things as well. Also, let's see here, you get just as benefits there. We are giving away for the people who do the $10 a month membership a miniature helmet of Ricky Williams. You know, earlier I said I didn't know if it was autographed, but if it was an autograph, I don't think you would know it's Ricky Williams. So I'm going to go with 90% sure it's got to be autographed by Ricky Williams, a mini helmet. So all you got to do is do $10 a month, and you are entered in that giveaway.
It'd be cool if I won that. I used to watch Ricky Williams play football because, of course, he played.
And now you just won it.
And he used to run all over my OU Sooners defense. All right. Win you some money. MyBookie.ag. Use the code USN100 to double your first deposit. I'm not going to scroll through this too fast. I don't want to hurt Michael's eyes. He did have a migraine earlier.
I'm old.
We're seasoned. I'll say that. So I don't want to hurt his eyes. But here it is, guys. Betting on any and everything that you can possibly think of. Check out mybookie.ag. Use the code USN100 to double your first deposit.
Oh, that's back to me now. Speaking of the Patreon with the Teesprings, you can actually go to, check my cheat sheet here, teespring.com/store/unwrapped. Pull up all this great merch we have as I start from the bottom here. Ooh, this is a new one. The Long Ball Lounge. That's with Jesse. That's pretty sweet. I like that. And then, of course, we got all these other ones, Keeping It Blunt, Business Casual Basketball, the great Backstop Banter with the mask as well. Okay, I'm done. Saturday Standouts, which I get confused because their show comes on a Wednesday to talk about the Saturday games coming up, and I'm always like, wait, it's Wednesday. Why is it Saturday Standout? Anyways, ladies first. I think the host on there.
They're usually Saturday Standouts. Yeah. I understand. I understand.
I didn't know that was on the back. I like that too.
Yeah, the fro with the LF in the middle. Yeah.
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 Sweet. Also, we have the decal sticker of the People's XFL show.
There we go.
And the Fourth Man podcast. Then we also got the Generational Z Sports, as I was talking about earlier, and Fights Unwrapped. And then just all of our gear that just has the Unwrapped logos and Unwrapped everything. Don't buy the LeBron James. Who cares about him? Some great sweats, and got the OG logo as well. This sweatshirt's actually pretty sweet. I kind of like it. So, yeah, go check out our Unwrapped. Oh, let me back up. teespring.com/stores/unwrapped.
All right. Here we are.
I'm getting pretty good at these.
There you go. It's all it takes is practice and confidence. And you got it.
Right.
Rxhip.com. Use the code RXHemp/USN to get 10% off your entire order. I will be getting these products this week. I'm going to order them probably tonight when I get off of here. And I'm going to tell you how they work. Been playing a lot of basketball lately, doing a lot of stretching, getting some good workouts in. I'm up to walking 3 miles a day. So I need this stuff, guys. I need this. I'm going to get both samples. Then I'm going to get this dosage right here, guys. Right here. And if I rub too much on, I'll put it in the group chat. We've got Celebrity Believers, and it's made with all natural products. Check out rxhemp.com. Use the code RXHemp/USN to get 10% off of your entire order. Is that it?
Sounds good to me. Until next time.
Until next Saturday, guys. Will it be 9:30, 10:30 your time?
We possibly be able to do 10. I'll work morning shift, but I'll kind of let you know. We should be able to do 10 the next 2 Saturdays. Okay,
cool beans, but we'll be here same time unless it's 30-minute difference. Same 2 beautiful faces. Got a little chocolate, got a little milk. You know what I mean? We both think Devin Booker's handsome, so there's that.
I mean, if If you have a heartbeat, you think Devin Booker is handsome.
He is not facially challenged at all.
Very symmetrical.
Very, very much so. Until next week, guys, we are out.
Okay, Tom. He has to have a haircut every day because I've never seen that hair grow. Like, it's perfect, is it not?
This is how we count the bucket. Talking about Devin Booker and his facial.
You guys
facial construction.
have a great night.
Have a great night, guys. We're ramen.